Hey, good morning. Come on in the room, honey. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. He's got something to say. Will you enjoy it today? Open up your heart. Come on in the room. Hey, hey. Come on in the room. Yeah, yeah. Come on in the room. He's got something to say. Will you enjoy it today? Open up your heart. Come on in the room. Good morning, beautiful people. Come on in the room. Yeah, yeah. Come on in the room. God's got something to say. Will you enjoy it today? Open up your heart. Come on. Open up your heart and come on. Open up your heart. Come on in the room, in the room, in the room, in the room, in the room. Hey y'all, good morning, child. Good morning, honey. This is the day that the Lord has made. Honey, you might as well go on to rejoice and be glad. And it ain't no need of doing all of this and that, what you're doing, baby. You might as well go ahead on rejoice and go ahead on and be glad. You know, I'm looking back there at my shirt and my mask over there looking like an accessory. I happen to look back in the camera, I'm like, why you got your mask on that hanger like it's an accessory? Because it is. It's an accessory. Mm-hmm. Lord have mercy. Hey, good people. I pray y'all are doing well this morning. My apologies for the late start. I've had a busy morning, baby. Busy. You understand? I had to pray for somebody this morning. Somebody called me on my way to work, which is usually my time of prayer. Hey, I need you to pray. I'm like, all right. Then after I had to stop and get some gas. My light came on. I know I got a lot going on because I don't ride around. I usually fill my tank up. I try to do it at 3/4 the tank, especially with, where these gas prices are out here. But I haven't been doing my due diligence. I ain't even looked at my gas tank. After I was coming home last night, I pulled in the driveway and my gas tank said, hey, you need some gas? I said, well, I won't be getting it tonight. See, this is when those are the moments when I wish I could go in the house and say, honey, I need you to go get some gas. The car needs some gas. Well, I'm honey right now, so I had to wait. I had to wait until this morning. Then I went to bed late, y'all. I was up late eating Frosted Flake cereal at 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. Y'all pray for teachers because this end of the year, this end of the school year, is something else. The schedule that we're on, I teach middle school, so the schedule that we're on is an extended schedule, and it is rough. You hear me? It is rough. It has you totally exhausted by the end of the day. So thank you for your patience. Let's go and dive in. Y'all don't need to be hearing all of that. Anyway, God, we so welcome your presence. We so honor you this morning, and we thank you for who you are. We thank you for all that you have done and all that you are doing in our lives. We love you. We honor you. We adore you. We make your name great. We magnify you. We lift you up, Father. We pray, Father God, that you would speak to us this morning. Uh, Share with us what's on your heart, God. We want to know. We want to know what's on your heart. So I pray that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart will be acceptable in your sight. I pray that you draw those people that need to hear this conversation, draw them today. I pray that they'll be led to come in the room, and they'll be led to not only hear, But God, please help us to see what you're saying from your perspective and give us a heart to receive what you're saying and then a desire to intentionally walk it out in our lives. Yeah. So we thank you for it in advance. Hallelujah. In Jesus' name. Amen. This morning I was, you know, there are two places where God really deals with me. It's like my little spot. I don't have a prayer room or a prayer space in my house. Um, I'm trying to create one. I'm still in the process of purging and getting rid of some stuff. And those of you that hang out with me in the mornings, you know that I've been looking for a place to stay, and so I kind of like put all of that on hold. Um, but God has been speaking to me, Jacina, don't wait to live. Oh, I'm about to help somebody this morning. I'm going to try to stay real calm because I want you to hear what I'm saying. Let me see if I can move this camera down. I don't know what's been going on with my camera lately, y'all, but all right, that's a little bit. I don't want y'all looking all at my stomach and stuff. I don't need to be seeing all that. You just need to see that hit my head. Because I have been planning to move, and any of you that's out there that knows, how this rent and stuff is set up. Many people call me, you want it, why won't you buy? I don't want to buy right now. I don't want the responsibilities of being a homeowner. I don't want any of that. I want to be able to call you and you come fix it. I'm single. I don't want any added responsibilities in my life. All I want right now is, oh, thank you, sissy. All I want in my life right now is I want to live. I want to live. Um, for far too long, I have lived my life on somebody else's terms. Let's walk this out, shall we? As a child, I lived on my mother's terms. So until the age of 17, and I would even really say after 17, because she still had a great influence on my life and the decisions that I made, I lived for my mama. I lived for my dad. I lived to please them, to make them happy. And what made me, really sit in this thought process that I've been having this morning is a beautiful sister of mine sent me such a beautiful and encouraging text message this morning. And one of the things that she said in the text message was, God is drawing me closer to you, and she said, when I'm around you, I feel so free. I feel free to be me. Like, I don't feel like you're going to judge me. I don't feel like I got to pretend and be somebody else when I can just be me. That was such a beautiful compliment to me. That blessed my whole entire soul. And it blessed my soul because all my life, from the time I can remember as a child, I wanted a safe place. Now, when I say a safe place, I don't mean, and I'm grateful because I know that I am one of few. There are many that they did not grow up in a safe home environment. I had food on the table. I had, shelter. I had clothes. I wasn't abused. I got my behind tore up, several times. Let's not make no mistake in that. Got whipped several times, honey. Had to go out there and get your switch off of the tree and go down there to Mr. Andrew and get his belt. And you going to get the weapon you getting ready to be. Anyway, child, I got all of that. But I had a safe home environment. What I didn't have was a safe place to speak and a safe place to be me. Because I am the baby of 13, yes, my mom had 13 children, 11 girls and 2 boys. I'm the baby. And because of my upbringing, I was always told what to do, how to do, when to do it, and who to do it with. And if I couldn't do it, why I couldn't do it, and I better not do it. Like as I grew up, I never felt like I could make any choices for myself. And if I did make a choice, I had to think about it. I had to think about all of these people before I thought about myself. Anybody, can I get a witness? Huh? Jesus. Now, I hope I can get through this without getting emotional, because I could feel it coming. I could feel it sitting, just sitting. Because it's something about, let me tell you something. I think I've mentioned this before, but I think it needs, there is room, and it's a right time to mention it again. You know, when you are growing in God, when things that you used to do, you don't want to do them anymore. You know that you are growing in God. You're maturing in the faith. You're maturing in the word when you desire to live the life that Jesus said you're supposed to live, which that life is an abundant life. God said, Jesus said that I have come. Listen, I came down here to earth so that you may have life and you may have it more abundantly. Most of us as believers, we are not living the abundant life. We're not living that life that Jesus literally died for. We're living, well, no, we're existing. You know, you wake up, you go to work, you come home, you eat, you go to sleep, and you do it all over again. And a couple days in between, you might go to the grocery store, you might go out to eat, you may go to church, but the cycle continues. It's like a hamster on a wheel. It's just the same routine, the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then you grow up and you get, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and you go, I have nothing to show for my life. I mean, it's like I'm at the place now where my conversations with God is, what legacy will I leave in the earth? Listen, I know that I will get my reward from you for what I did for the kingdom, but what legacy will I leave in the earth? When people hear my name, what will they say about me when I'm gone? What will they say about me now? I've never even really thought about that kind of stuff. I just kind of live my life. And it's like, I went to thinking about, Jacinna, you really haven't lived. You've just been existing. You're just going through the motions of life. Oh, and don't let me miss out throwing in the wheel, paying bills. It's like we work for a check to pay for bills, to work for a check to pay for bills, to work for a check to pay for bills. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of looking at other people traveling. Baby, it's people out here traveling. These people like, listen, Corona, Omicron, whoever else a con, and who else a Rona. I'm going. And I'm so, I'm not afraid anymore. I was afraid. I was very cautious, just overly concerned. But now I'm okay, because I've gotten to a place now where I'm saying, God got me. Like, if it's my time, it's my, like, what am I going to do? If it's my time, it's my time. But I got too much to do. And while I'm here, I need to live. So I started I fast forward from birth to age 17, really like 21, 25, like right before I got married. Everything I did was to please my mama. Will my mama be pleased? I didn't even say, will God be pleased? Will I like this? If I can't date this person because my mama won't like him. Or I can't do this because my mama won't approve of that. Or if I do this, my mama won't listen. I remember when I got pregnant, and let me just tell y'all, listen, both of my children, I asked God for both of them. And I knew what I was doing when I got both of them. Listen, no, not that. I literally said to the man, I want this baby. I want a baby. I was what? I graduated from high school at 17. I got pregnant with Jalen, I believe, at 19. Got pregnant with Jalen in 93. Yeah, 17, 18, 19. Wow. At 19, and I had her at 20. My last year of college. And I remember when I went to my mom and I told my mom I was pregnant. Ooh, the way she looked at me. It's like she was disgusted with me. It was like she was just like, how dare you do this? In my heart of hearts, that's why I was feeling saying I hope I can get through this without getting emotional. In my heart of hearts, I felt like she was saying, you messing up my name. You messing up your father's name. How could you go out here and do something like this? The questions that she asked me, it was harsh. It was painful. I even remember being pregnant. I remember her asking me, so who is it from? Please tell me it's not from Alan. And Alan at the time was a big, he was a drug dealer in my hometown, my daughter's father. And he was not making good choices. And obviously, the little preacher kid, little church girl, I was attracted to him because he was bad. Good girls like bad guys. I don't want you to be bad, but I do want you to have some little traits in you, sir. Nah, shoot. I want you to love Jesus, but I need you to be able to live. Okay, I'm just saying. That's just me. Get with it, But I remember looking at my mom and just her. Ooh, that thing it crushed me in a sense. And then in the same sense, it said, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Yeah, you looking at me the way you looking at me. And it's like that thing. Let me tell you something. There's the feeling you get of disappointing your mom, like you do something and it disappoints your mom, it hurts your mamas. I remember when I was carrying Jalen, and my mom would call and check on me, and she would say, how is it doing? And I'd be like, it? Call my baby no it? How is the baby doing? Like, she just could not come to terms with that thing. That thing was bothering her. My sisters were there for me. My sisters were like, we did it. She did it. But we're going to be here for you. But it was have you ever felt like growing up, maybe some of you felt like you were the black sheep of the family. But then there are others of you that felt like, why is all the pressure on me? I'm sure my other sisters may say they felt pressure. I felt like everybody was always watching me, judging me, looking at me, talking about me. Like, I was like, you got to get this right. You got to have straight A's. You gotta be perfect in church. You gotta give the best speeches. You gotta sing right. You gotta, like, I had to do it right. You gotta sit like this, and you gotta hold, oh, and that followed me throughout my life. And I don't think we understand how much that affects a child. I'm trying to talk to somebody. You need to give these children grace. Loosen up a bit. I was crying the other day about my daughter. I think I mentioned it at the gathering on Saturday. I said, God, I wish I could do it again. Oh, Jesus. I was so hard on Jalen. I didn't know how to be a mother because my mother wasn't there to be a mother for me. My mother provided for me. She wasn't there. This is why one of the biggest things that I pray for concerning my husband is that he ain't got that old school mindset of, I just provide. No, brother. No. We don't need you to just provide monetarily, but we need you to provide. We need you to be able to meet our needs emotionally. For us, it's the emotional well-being. For us, it's the mental. Can you get with me mentally? Can you ride high with me when I'm riding high? But when I get low, can you come down there and get low with me? Can you get low? Can you get low? Yeah. Can you get low? Can you come down there when I'm in a dark place and snatch me up out of there? Can you cover me in prayer? Can you speak to me in a way that lifts me? Can you talk to? I'm telling you, it's that little girl. That little girl. I'm gonna preach about that little girl. That little girl is something else. You don't deal with that little girl or that little boy. I'm telling you, she gonna show up in every relationship. She's gonna listen. That girl gonna woo! Because she's saying, hey, what about me? Because what she's saying is, when I was little, I never really got what I needed. And now that I'm grown, I'm craving it. You can give it to me some kind of way. You can give it to me. I'm telling you, whatever you're dealing with, I'm telling you, whatever insecurities you have, fears, whatever, all of that stuff, I guarantee you is rooted back to something in your childhood. It's some trauma, some event, something that happened or something that did not happen that's got you all out of, you just jacked up. And you 40, 45, 50, 30, 25, 60, 80 years old, and you trying to figure out, why don't I trust? I still don't trust me. You don't trust men because your daddy wasn't there, or some man that came in there and did something to you when you was little, or said something happened with somebody down through the years, and baby, you ain't been able to shake that thing. You really are 6. You think you 48, but you really 6. You really 6, sis. You really 6. Sir, you think you 52, but you really 7. You're really 7. You are stuck wherever that event happened. You're stuck there. This is why I cannot get into a relationship with a man that does not know the Lord. I'm talking about know him. I ain't talking about say I'm a Christian, because that don't mean nothing. You saying you a Christian don't mean nothing to me. No, sir. Where is the fruit? I need to see fruit. I was in the shower thinking about that yesterday, and the enemy came in that shower with me. He don't have he don't give you no privacy. I'm in the shower, minding my own business, talking to my daddy, and he comes in the shower with us, and he says, well, listen, people can show you fruit, but then that fruit go bad. I say, first of all, sit down and get out of here. You is not invited to this conversation. Sit your behind down and get out of my ear. Not today. And not tomorrow either. Sit down. Here he come in. So what I said, because I am walking in, say this with me, I am walking in a greater discernment and higher revelation. That's what I'm praying for in this season. God, give me greater discernment and higher revelation. Give me godly wisdom. People that's trying to connect to me, let me see who they are. If they are wolf in sheep clothing, let me see that from afar off. I don't need them to get close up on me. I need to see from afar off. This is a wolf. I don't care how smooth they are. I don't care how, Let me see that joker. Let me see her before she get close. I done dealt with this too long. And because I have dealt with this stuff in my past, listen, let's slow down, Jay, slow down. Walk this out. Then I moved from 25ish. I think I got married around 20, 28, 29. Okay. I got married in 2000. Listen, you know your life, you had a lot going on in your life when you don't remember dates. This is why those that know me know that I love to take pictures. And I would get very offended when people would say, oh, here she go, taking another picture. First of all, there are years of my life that I don't even remember. Years. I ain't talking about years. I don't remember. I don't know if I blocked them out, suppressed them. I don't know what I did with them. But I remember moments, but it's some stuff I don't remember because I don't want to remember it. I don't remember sitting down at the dinner table eating with my mom as a little girl. I don't remember that. I know she cooked for us, but we never sat down as a family and ate. So what did I do? I grew up eating in my room. My room was like my house. And then I passed it down to my children. My children would eat in their rooms. And I remember when I got married and you know, my husband, he has a big family and they, you know, they're close and they eat a lot. And he would be like, come on, let's bring them in. And they would be looking strange, like, why are we coming to the table to eat? Because this is where you're supposed to eat. But it was strange. Because I hadn't had that. I'm listening. You know what I hear in my spirit? I hear my spirit so loudly. Give yourself grace. Be gentle with yourself. You can turn it around now. You may not have had, listen, you may not have had the power. You may not have had control. You may not have had the choice when you were little, but you got the power now. You could change some things. You could do some things differently now. We will not, Jesus, we will not allow the enemy to make us think or believe or fall for the lie that we don't have time to change it around. Listen, our relationships with our children, we can have good relationships with them. Listen, some can be restored and then we can start something new. No, you don't have to. Listen, you may not be able to get back what you had. I said, Jesus, you may not be able to get back what you had, but you could build something new. You could, listen, God can do a new thing. You listen, we will not stay in that mindset that, well, this is just how it was. No, this is what we have to. You see what I've been doing this one? You have to sit, you have to reflect, you have to think, you have to let that thing, you have to feel that thing. Feel it. We run away from stuff. We try to act like stuff didn't happen. If you got molested, deal with that. Feel that. Talk about it. Write about it. Go see somebody. Stop. We got to stop sitting here and letting this stuff just sit and fester and just fester and fester. Because what's going to happen is that sometime that we're not going to be prepared for is coming out. Oh, she's going to speak. Somebody was molesting you from the time you was 2 all the way up to you was out the house, and now you don't trust men, you don't trust women, you have an issue with trusting people, you can't get close to people, you're afraid to get connected to people because of what happened to you when your child. That's the enemy. That is the enemy that wants to keep you in bondage. He wants to keep you in fear. He wants to keep you from moving forward. He wants to keep you from living life. Listen, I am not about to be out here saying I'm blessed and highly favored while I'm over here feeling like I'm living in hell. I'm not doing that anymore. I am going to live the abundant, blessed life that Jesus died for. And you are too. in the face of the enemy and say, enough is enough. I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to deal with this. No, we want to, I'm going to deal with it. If I got to cry, okay, here come my tissue. Whatever. I got to roll on the floor. I got to have snot coming out. Listen, listen, when you need healing and breakthrough, this ain't no time to be pretty, and it ain't no time to be petty. It ain't no time to be sitting up here talking about something, but I don't want nobody to know. The hell with everybody. Saturday at the gathering, the Lord, I thought I was saying one thing because he always do his thing, and I let him do it. We're gonna do this here. God says, listen, you better get them testimonies up out of your mouth, because listen, some of you are living in secrecy. This is why you can't live. You're living in secrecy because the enemy, listen, he got stuff on you that you won't tell nobody, because you so, I don't want nobody in my business. I don't want people to know. And people gonna judge you anyway, whether you what you say. They're going to judge you anyway. Somebody judging me right now. Could care a flip or a loop, a fruit or a tooth. I don't care about y'all. My life is not my own. If God tell me to say it, you best believe I'm going to say it. I'm going to do it afraid if I have to, but I'm going to say it. I'm not letting not another person keep me from being who God has called me to be. I'm telling you right now, I'm not. I'm not letting another person keep me from being who God has already told me that I am. See, this is the problem. Listen, this is the thing. I done looked in the book, and I done found out who he told me I am. And oh my God. Oh my God. He says, I am an overcomer. I am more than a conqueror. As a matter of fact, at the end of the book, we win. So that means, listen, and listen, I done messed up and got a hold to the fact that God says that I overcome by two things: the blood of the Lamb. That's what Jesus did for me. And then he said, listen, catch this, and the word of your testimony. That means every time you tell your testimony, you overcome. Every time you share your story, you get stronger. Listen, you get freer. You get better. Every time. You literally self-heal yourself. We waiting on God to do something. He said everything you need is already in you. It's in you. It's in there. Pull it out. We could tell somebody, girl, this, girl, brother, this, sir, this. I mean, you just telling everybody else. When are you going to do what you do for everybody else for yourself? I'm telling you, from the age of what? I had Jalen at 20. So from 20 on up, when Jalen left, right at the pandemic, 2020. From what was it, 1994 to 2020? I was living for Jalen. I was living for my children. Do you know it just hit me like a few months ago? Like, Jacinna, it's time for you to live. It's time to go take those trips. You know, I'm finna share something real personal. I have been teaching for almost 2 decades. And something that secretly bothered me for years is the neighborhoods, the community, the schools that I would usually teach at and that I have taught at have been upper class schools. The community is wealthy. They got money. They got coins. And I was never intimidated by that. But what would bother me greatly is when I would read, because I'm a reading teacher. So I would read stories to the students, and we would be talking about camping, and we would be talking about Mount Everest, and we would be talking about, just different places, Paris and Greece. And I remember one time the kid said, one of my students said, oh, Miss Thomas, have you ever been to Mount Everest? I've been. And I said, no, baby, I haven't. And then I remember one year we did some kind of project, some back to school, but still enjoying summer. And I'll tell, I want y'all to create a PowerPoint and tell me where you've been and what you did. And I remember it was a little black girl in my class, because also at the schools that I teach at, it is predominantly Caucasian. And then we have like a trickle of minorities, right? And the reason that I want to be in these schools is because I want not only those trickle of minorities, especially, but also I want all the coaches to see that there are beautiful, successful black women that know who they are, and that can listen and can teach well, and that can love them and support them and challenge them and push them to become who God has called them to be. That's why I like to work in these types. Because somebody asked me that, well, you ought to be working over in. No, I need to be working where I'm going to make a difference. See, where you got to work, I may not have to work there. This is for somebody. I don't even know who I'm talking to. Baby, don't let nobody pull you out of purpose. God had to show me, Jacinna, I purposely, or listen, navigated your path for you to go and be and work where you are. You ain't working there because you want to work there. I don't know who I'm talking to. You're there because you are a light in that place. You were sent there. Don't let nobody make you leave where God told you to stay until he tell you it's time to move. But I remember talking to them, and we would be reading, and I would be inwardly saying, God, these children travel more than I do. How can I talk about this stuff and I ain't never even been? I think at that time I hadn't even been on a cruise, barely rode on been on an airplane. It was like, oh my Lord, I would just feel terrible. I'm their reading teacher, and I can't even imagine with them, because reading is your imagination that takes you. You become the character. You see yourself in Spain. And the kids would be saying, oh, I remember, child, just down through the, oh, Miss Thomas, I've been there. Oh, Miss Thomas, I know what that's like camping. And I'm like, I don't. And I just kept saying, God, how you have me doing this? Teaching these kids, and I can't even experience what they've been, they 10 and 9 and 12 and 13. Ooh, and then I began to say, I will travel. And now I'm saying, my kids are gone. And this is, let me come to somebody else's street. Then this is where I said, well, the kids gone now. I didn't even take my kids on vacation. Listen, y'all, I was not happy when I was married. I was not happy because I knew that he was a good guy. He was a really good guy, but he was not my guy. I was not supposed to marry him. We did not fit. And the reason I married him was because he was a Christian. He went to church. He loved going to church. He wasn't afraid to lift his hands up in church. He sung out loud. He praised and worshiped God. I love that about my ex-husband. He was good with his hands. He could fix anything. Remember the first time he came to my house, he came in, I had just bought my first home, and the toilet was running and doing something else in the guest bath. He came in there and fixed that thing just like that. And I was like, dang. Because see, I hadn't been with drug dealers and thugs and just nothings. It was almost like every time I met a good guy, I couldn't receive him because I had, because I had never been around good guys. So I didn't know one when I saw him. Oh, I pray I help somebody today. I pray this transparency helps somebody. You know, when you've grown up and you this all your life and you never see certain examples around you. You know, I had one example, my brother-in-law, Wade Dallas, that's married to my sister Terry. He was the only solid example that I saw as a man growing up. that stayed with my sister, that had their ups and downs, and he stayed there, and he loved her, that he loved Terrell as his own son. Like, I saw love in action, and to this day they've been married like over 40 years, and I just love them. Perfect? No. But they love God and they love each other, and they chose to work through and work it out and stay together. I didn't see that. I didn't have those examples before me. And when you don't have those examples before you, you don't know how to conduct yourself. You don't know how to carry yourself. I became promiscuous early because my mama wasn't there. And I often ask myself, if my mama had been home more, would I have been so promiscuous? If my mama had been, no, she was over here to the church. Oh, I need to say this to somebody. Please don't be serving at that church. Don't be serving in just everywhere else, taking care of everybody else, that you don't take care of your family, because they're going to suffer. They'll be grown adults suffering because you weren't there as mama. And then what did I do? I turned around and did the same thing. Same thing. Because I didn't have a different example. And you know what would really eat at me so bad? I would say, I'm not gonna be like that. And then I turned out being just like that. Have you done that before? Like the very thing that you hate, I'm not gonna be like that with my children. I'm not gonna, and you find yourself doing it. Give yourself some grace. I'm gonna tell you what changed my path. Oh, I need to go back to that, God. Yes, I hear you. God said, go back to your ex. I married my ex-husband because he went to church. He had a relationship with the Lord. He fasted. I had never seen a man fast. Never. I thought that was like for apostles and bishops and pastors, like not for us. Just this stuff we done learned. We gotta unlearn. We got to unlearn all these traditions and all this stuff that, we were taught down through the year. We got to unlearn that and allow God to teach us a new way. Listen, it's like he said, I can't pour new wine in old wineskin. You got to get that out. That mindset that you got, that way of thinking, you got to get that out. You keep some of that, but you got to eat the fish and spit out the bones now. You got to stop choking on the bones. I remember I said to somebody the other day, I want me some fresh brim. I ain't had no fresh brim out of like a pond or a lake since I left Palaca. I want some fresh brim with the bone. And they were like, oh, I don't want no fish with no bone. I think that was my best friend, Leah. I don't want no fish with the bones. I said, oh, that's the best kind. You got to take your time, but it ain't nothing like fresh brim. And I said, oh, I can taste it right now. And it's like that example. God said, you got to eat the fish and spit out the bone. You got to take parts of of tradition, things that you grew up and learned that was solid, that produce growth, that produce maturity, and you keep that. Like hymns. Listen, I'm telling you, when I get ready to worship God, I don't pull out Tamla Man. I don't sing Jacqueline Carr. I pull out a hymn. A hymn comes up. Why? Because those hymns, listen, word carried us through. But it's like I'm at the place in my life where I'm ready to confront the things that have been confronting me. I'm ready to confront because listen, I had to do it this morning. Mr. Carly said, hey, I need you to pray for me. I got a fear on me, and we finna confront it. No, we're not going to run from fear. No, we're going to face fear. Why? Because the enemy may have power, but we have authority. We have the anointing. He does not have that. We can no longer run from who we were. We have to face that little girl. We have to face that little boy. And we have to stand up to them and say, you know what? I am so sorry that you went through that. Listen, listen, God cannot heal what you won't reveal. He can't. And I'm going to say this to somebody. You're going to have to forgive your mama. You're going to have to forgive your daddy. You're going to have to forgive your children, your spouse, your grandma. You're going to have to forgive these people. You're going to literally have to forgive them because this is what God keeps saying to me. They did the best they did with what they knew. That's all they knew. Yes, God, I hear you. God just said, my mama was looking for love from people. That's why she kept going to church, because she was looking for, when my mama would go to church and sing and play the piano, she would get accolades. People would, oh, you blessed my soul. And so when you hear that over and over again, and you hear how much you are blessed, that can be an addiction. That thing can get you in a place where, you ain't got to go get drugs. People accolades could be your drug. People pleasing becomes your drug, because you want the accolades, you want the claps, you want the pat on the back, you want a good job. That's so good, you did so good. That's what we want. Not realizing that those same accolades, those trying to please those people, keeps us from pleasing God. And because we don't please God, now we are dissatisfied. I mean, I'm going right back to the scripture yesterday. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He'll give you the desires of your heart. If we put our put our affections on God, He gonna make sure we're happy. Listen, I'm getting ready to live. I'm tired of waiting to live. I'm tired of waiting for everything to be together to live. Okay, I can say that now. God said He's speaking to somebody. Please don't make the mistake that I made. Just because a person is good doesn't mean that that's God. Let me say that again. You're single, and God is saying to you, just because the person is good, it does not mean that they are from God. It does not mean that that's your God connection. Sometimes they're just good people. And I feel like we have connected to, been in relationships, had sex with, and got tangled up in situationships, and all involved with people that God did not say, this is not your person. They are a good person, but this is not your person. And because we haven't had examples before us, because we haven't had anybody to teach us, no, you need to be friends, and it stops here. And it's okay. You can really have this person as a good friend. We lose all of it. We lose the friend, we lose the sex, we lose it all. Why? Because we jump from strangers to in relationship. We don't take the time to walk out the different stages of building connections with people. We just jump. I know that there are people that God told me, this ain't none of your person, and you ain't supposed to be out here with this person. Around here just sexing and carrying on. You're not supposed to be doing that, Jacinna. But because I didn't get the love from my father that I desperately desired, I was a secret. Jenny Smith on here right now. I don't know if Tiff know. They know my daddy. Wasn't nobody talking about me. They were talking about Margie and Andre and all of these, and Drayton, and ain't nobody never mentioned me. And I'm sitting at my daddy's funeral in the second to the last seat instead of up there with the family. That's another traumatic event. We got to stop taking these things that are happening in our life and just brushing them over like, oh, that's okay. Dude, that's traumatic. I'm at my father's funeral. My name is not on the program. I am not recognized. And I'm sitting in the second to the last. I know exactly where I was in his church, second to the last row. And I was on this corner. I can't remember who was next to me, but somebody was next to me consoling me at my daddy's funeral. And you don't think that has messed me up since what? I think my daddy died when I was in my early 20s. So since my early 20s, I'm about to be 50 this year. So for 30 something, y'all, we cannot keep brushing this stuff over. I want you to ask God, over the next course of these few days, over the next week, over the next month, begin to reveal things in my past to me that are trying to destroy not only my future, but are keeping me from presently enjoying life. Show me, God. Show it to me. Help me to deal with it, grieve it, then release it. Listen, we cannot be, listen, I'm telling you, your future spouse is going to pay for this. Everybody has baggage. You're going to always have something that you're carrying, but my God, at least make your load lighter. You ain't got to come with 18 suitcases. At least get it down to 7, something manageable. And then let that person begin to partner with you to say, okay, let's unpack this bag together. See, this is another thing. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This is another thing we do. Number one, we marry people because they are Christian and they're good people, but we don't ask God if they our person. And then we end up marrying them, and now the marriage is a disaster, and now we want to blame God and we want to blame it. Why you ain't tell me? No, you did not take the time to go through the proper stages. Because, listen, I'm telling you, I don't want him to just be a Christian. I need for him to be fun. I need for him to be able to get with me. Listen, I need him to love God so much. I need him to hear the voice of God. I need him to have the heart of God. Because when I go to acting up, when I go to doing what I want to do, number one, he's going to be like, now listen, first of all, you know better than that. You need to get yourself together. I will respect and honor him so much and the God in him that I will submit to him. Listen, women don't have no hard time, sir. Men, let me tell you something. Not a woman, there's no woman out here that has a hard time submitting to a man that's submitted to God. She ain't going to have no problems. I don't care how independent she is. I don't care how long she's been on her own. I don't care if she's been raising herself since she was 12. I don't care if that woman sees that your lifestyle, not your talk, but your walk, your lifestyle is submitted to God. She sees how you handle her. She sees how you carry yourself. Shit, God today. Yes, sir. I'm telling you, God says, Jacinna, you're going to know him because he's going to resemble me. He may not fit the stature that you're looking for. That's why you got to throw that out there, because God know what you like. You can't be telling God, I want this and I want this and I want. Say, God, I lay this at your feet, but you do what you will. This is what I like, God, but you do what you will. Because let me tell you something. Ask the woman that had cancer, 13 years into their marriage, 28 years into their marriage, did she care about how tall her husband was? Ask that man that had cancer or that began to get sick, did he care about how big his wife was, or rather the fact that she made $100,000 or rather she made $50,000? That stuff ain't gonna matter. What's gonna matter is their character. This is why God, every test that you go through, I told you, God is building character. He's maturing you. We look at it as God is mad at me. What did I do? He done forgot me. He done reject. No, he loves you so much. So he said, okay, I'm going to use this to build your character, because the person that you're going to get with, you're going to have to know how to deal with her. If she gets sick, you're going to have to know how to help her when she's grieving the loss of a loved one, her child, her parent, her whatever. You're going to have to know, you're going to have that character in you that that he needs to carry them through. This is why they can't just I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I'm spiritual. Baby, I love God. Listen, when I'm on the dating apps and the man he does not say on his profile that he loves God. He does not say something about the Lord. I don't respond. I might be a little shady or a little bit, I don't pick it. I don't know. But I need to know that you publicly acknowledge who God is in your life. You're not afraid to say who he is. Who he is to you. See, I was just looking at, oh, he's a Christian, he loves God. But then let me tell you what else God told me. You got to look at, are you all connected? You can't just be connected spiritually. You got to think, you got to be like-minded financially. You got to be like-minded. Do they meet your emotional needs? You know, if your emotional needs are important to you, if they're on a high rate, listen, you got to rate that thing. What? Let me rate these. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally. I need you to be able to mentally entertain me. Me and my ex would travel. I'm talking about for hours. We barely talk. We would be in the house, barely talk. The only time we would really talk is if it was a problem. And I would be talking about it over and over and over and over again for 2-3 hours. Other than that, we would walk around the house like roommates, sleeping in the same bed, having sex, but we did not have a relationship with each other. We were not friends. We were acquaintances and married. Jesus. I wonder how many people are acquaintances with their spouse. This is why it can't be just they're a Christian. No. Are we compatible? Listen, I'm going to even say something that I never even thought I would say. You can't even get high off of chemistry, because chemistry will turn into lust, and you'll be with somebody that you lusting after instead of that you love it. You don't even love them. You're lusting after them. It's fleshly. It's not even godly. God might introduce, I know you're talking to me. I know you is, and I receive it. God will change your list. You looking for him to be like this and look like this, baby. When you going through it, you ain't gonna give a goddamn about none of that outward stuff. You gonna be saying, God, who is this man on the inside? Can he help me? Can she help me? Can they carry me through? Can they pray me through? When they see me over here going through something is happening, can they calm me? Can they get me back to can they be a safe place for me? See, many of us, I told you, we didn't have a safe place when we were growing up. So now we are adults and we don't feel safe. Remember, I said safety does not mean, are you afraid somebody's going to, hurt you? Not that kind of safe. Safe in the place where you could authentically be you. Whoever you, listen, especially those of you that are single, I can't do nothing for you that's married. You married now. But if you're single, you want to feel safe. Listen, that's one of my top things. When I'm around him, do I feel safe? Do I feel physically safe? Yes. But do I feel safe? Can I be me? Can I be the silly Jacinna? Cause I goof all. I'm a comedian. I'm cutting jokes. Well, y'all know that. I'm laughing all the time. Is he so serious? Is he so deep in the word and serious that we can't laugh? Oh, I can't get with him. Cause I'm always laughing. I be talking about people in the mall. I like to people watch people. I be saying, now, she ain't got no business wearing that. Now, why is she wearing that? Somebody should have told her. Should I go? And then I'd be like, babe, look to the left. Look to the left. Now, you know what? And then he'd be like, baby, she shouldn't have worn that. Or the two of us can be so, connected. The two of us can be so connected that, I'd be like, dang, he fine. And my baby be like, you like that? Yeah, babe, he fine. Okay. But he's so confident in who we are, in our foundation, that listen, he ain't insecure. He ain't worried about that I see another man and see me being able to voice to my baby that I see something that I like, but I'm with you and I ain't going nowhere, baby. That takes confidence. That's a relationship. I want to be able to do that. Because I'd rather you tell me than you over there looking. I see you looking and you acting like you ain't looking. I see you looking. Because the thing about it, it's going to be always somebody finer, somebody prettier, somebody more handsome, somebody taller, somebody thicker, somebody got more breast than me, somebody got more this than me, somebody got a flatter stomach, somebody got. See, this is why I'm saying, baby, listen, I'm going to live my life. Sir, you can love it or list it. This is what I'm working with. You like it? Okay. Hey, go to my daddy and see if you can purchase it. If you don't, list it. Go head on. I'm not going out here to get no surgeries. These surgeries is killing people. People, listen, about to die trying to get a flat stomach. Baby, I done had 2 children, sir. Some of my sisters done had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We done had babies. We done been through life. Cellulite exists over here. This a real, this real right here, baby. I almost said a real booty. These real, they small, but they mine. Listen, I'm not, you want them bigger? Just lift them up. That's how you make them bigger. Lift them up. Lift them up. I ain't gonna start with y'all today. I'm not. You're not gonna make me feel uncomfortable about me, that I got to be more than what God. When God made me, God told me that I was fearfully and wonderfully made. And when I go out and I do all of this stuff to my body, what I'm saying to God is, you didn't make me well. Now, if you went out and did that, hey, that's on you. That's you. Do your thing. I ain't got nothing against you. I ain't got nothing to say about what you did to you. This is personally me. I'm not going under no knife to try to get a bigger butt. Although I do want them to push the stomach up and make these bigger. I would love that. I would. But see, God already know if I got any kind of enhancement, I would be. He already know. I can't let that girl do that, because she already talking about wearing crop tops and short shorts this summer, which I am gonna wear. I bought me a crop top yesterday, as a matter of fact. I would have never done this in the past, because I would have been so scared. Oh my God, well, what are they going to think about me? Oh my God, I put that post out there and I just had a gathering on Saturday and the Lord moved so heavily. And then I'm going to put on that and I'm wearing short shorts and crop top. Listen, baby, I even want me some waist beads. Don't, when you see me wearing them this summer, mind your own business. Some of y'all need to be delivered. I'm telling you, I'm going to be free. I'm going to be free to be me. Listen, we got to leave this place. And God said, I'm telling you, I got a hold of this word. God said, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. That means life means while I'm on earth. If Jesus don't convict you, if the Holy Spirit don't convict you, do it. I even said, I saw the fire. I don't know if the fire is still on him. The fire, you have just blessed my whole soul. I don't know if you went by yourself, but LaFire just had a birthday. I think she just turned 40 and she went to some sandals resort somewhere. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm turning 50 and I'm trying to decide, do I want to have a birthday party or do I want to take myself? I want to go on a cruise. I really want to go into an all-inclusive resort and you just bring it to me. And I just want to enjoy myself and chill. Because when I go on vacation, I like to chill and just take a minute and just relax and enjoy, because I got so much going on. I don't want to be snorkeling and on the go-kart or the three-wheel. I want to sit down somewhere and rest and just let the breeze hit me and be out there in my two-piece, because I ain't wearing no one-piece no more. Y'all can forget it. If this stomach is big that day, it's big. This what I got. I'm not hiding it no more. I'm tired of wearing girdles. Hell, it's hot out here. Gonna be done fell out here trying to wear a girdle. I'm not doing it. Now, I am gonna try to, wrap this thing up, and when I go walking and stuff and try to get her right, but as best as I can. I'm not, because when you got to take the girdle off, and when your stomach come out and he see it, he gonna be either running or he gonna be like, I love it. It's gonna be one or the other. I mean, come on. Take them eyelashes off. You're like, well, who is that? I can't recognize him. I knew that I had become freer when I started wearing my natural hair. I knew God had done did something to me, because she don't wear her natural hair. She don't do that. Be free. Be free, honey, and live your life. Look, LaFar, if I got to go on that trip by myself, I have just convinced myself I'm going to go. I'm going to get my pass. I kept putting it off. Miss Marvel blessed me with the money to get my passport, and I just kept putting it off. Fear just kept putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. Well, who gonna go with me? Who gonna go with me? And God said, get that passport and go. You've been talking to me about living, about traveling. Go. And I'm getting ready to go. And I'm getting ready to live. I ain't waiting on nobody else to live my life. I'm getting ready to live and enjoy my life to the fullest. And I suggest you do too. Stop waiting on your husband to live. Stop waiting on your wife to live. Just do it by yourself. Listen, I'm ready to take a trip, go stay at the hotel by myself. You can't go? You can't go? You don't want to go? Okay, well, I'm going by myself. I meet some friends on the ship. I meet some friends at the resort. I'm going. Listen, I'm tired of working and working and working and saving and saving and working and saving. And then you die. Your money gonna go to somebody else. You done did all that work and all that saving, talking about you wanting to go here and do this and all of that, and you ain't did nothing. Why? Because you won't live. Child, that ain't about to be my story. So when you see me with my crop top on and my short shorts, mind your own business. Because I'm getting ready to live. I ain't letting a trauma. I ain't letting what my mama didn't do, my daddy, my nobody. What the church, what Palaka knew, what the Palaka didn't know, what they said, what they didn't say. I ain't letting nobody keeping me from living my life no more. Baby, if you don't like it, I don't care. I don't care. I paid for listen, these tests I done passed. I did not pass these. Listen, I did not pass these tests for nothing. I passed these tests so that God could build my character, so that I can become the woman that God has called me to be and do what he's called me to do. And I am not waiting around to get y'all approval. Y'all approval does not get me into heaven or hell. Y'all don't pay my bills with y'all approval. Y'all don't do nothing for me with y'all approval. I ain't studying y'all. And I said studying. Look it up. It's Ebonics. It's country. Y'all not about to keep me out here because some of y'all want to wear a crop top, but you're scared. Wear your crop top. Take your picture and tag me because you're going to free somebody when you put it on. Baby, you ain't about to lose 50 pounds. You ain't, because you ain't good discipline enough to lose the 50 pounds. Wear what you want to wear now. You want to dye your hair, dye your hair. Stop worrying about what other people going to think. Who cares what other people going to think? Do you, boo. Do you. Because I'm telling you, when you stop worrying about everybody else and you live your life, baby, you're going to smile more. You're going to have less stress. You're going to enjoy your life more. And guess what? Then you're going to mess up and go out there and start living. And people going to start looking and saying, oh my God, I need to do the same. Amen. All right, I got to go. Started late. The kids out there waiting, so I got to go. I love y'all. Have a great day. I might be cropping this weekend. Who knows? Nobody but Jesus. Have a good day. I love y'all. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you and give you his peace. May he be gracious to you. I pray that God will cover, keep, protect, and preserve you and your family and everything you're connected to. I pray that you have favor with God and with man. And I pray that goodness, grace, and mercy follows you all the days of your life in Jesus' name. And I pray you live. And I'm talking about right now. Don't wait another day. As a matter of fact, go buy your crop top and wear it this weekend. You'll thank me later. Peace.